Hi, Ivan. Hello.
Hi, teacher.
Hello. Good to see you. Okay. Oh, well, are you in the office right now, Ivan?
No, I'm home.
Okay. I
Yeah,
just, is your
yeah.
cam,
Excuse me.
yeah, is your camera working okay?
No, it's on label now.
Okay. So, okay, Ivan. So we just, we work with, at least you can hear me okay. And so, yeah, if you get your camera working, that's great. But if it's not, we go like this. So, okay, Ivan, yes. By the way, um, that's right, Ivan. I'm just wondering, this weekend, isn't it? Is it next weekend? Is Qingmingjie? Is it the tomb sweeping, family tomb sweeping day, isn't it? Tomb sweeping day in Taiwan. Is that right?
Yes, it's right.
Qingmingjie, is that correct? Is that how you say it? Qingmingjie.
Yes, Chimanjay is correct.
That's great. Yes. Do you do this on is April 4th, isn't it? Next weekend. Do
And
you do
no,
it before?
I can't
Sorry.
because I'm on work.
Oh,
And
you.
I live far from my home. I have to drive over 4 hours over by train.
What, by train? Wow.
Yeah,
Right.
so
Where is your hometown? Where do you originally come from?
Kaohsiung, and
Kaohsiung.
I'm
Oh, lovely. Right.
in Taipei.
Great. Oh, I see. Oh, I see. Do you catch the high speed rail? Is it to Kaohsiung? The high
Yes,
speed.
expensive.
Yes, it's Gautier. Is that right? I can't remember. High speed train. Yes, I think. Anyway, yeah, very expensive, but wow, very quick. Yes. Oh, you're from. Okay, so do you have to do tomb sweeping? Is that something your family does? But do you have to, or do sometimes, or do some people do it earlier or later? Does it have to be done on April the 4th, or can you do it at a different time? April 4th. April 4th is your
Oh,
Qingming. Can it be done the week after, or is it important to do it on that day?
yes, it's important for
Important.
most
Okay.
people. Yeah, but not everyone doing something at
Mm.
a special maybe a big day.
It's very
Uh,
busy, Ivan, isn't it? Very busy. It's
yes,
because
yes,
Ivan, I used to live in Taiwan, and
yes,
I
yeah,
I, I made a big mistake. I tried to drive to, I thought, right, it's a big holiday. I took a holiday, I made it into a 5-day holiday. So I thought, yes, I'll drive to the south to maybe to have a look around south of Taiwan. And the wrong time, 2 in the morning, and all the cars were on the motorway, and it was it was like, hey, it's like Chinese New Year. I thought, why is so many people? But it's very big event, isn't it? Very important, it seems.
yes.
Yeah, Ivan. How do you feel about missing it? Is it? Does your family expect you to be there?
Uh, expect what?
That you turn up, or they understand, don't they? You're working. I think your family. Do you have to pay your respects? Pay your respects. Pay your respects
Uh,
to ancestors to your ancestors later. Is that, in other words, because you're busy, you're working, aren't you, Ivan? You're working. So
yes, but not just not at the big day. Maybe another
Yes, another day. Yes, I think so.
if I am
Yes,
free and I back to Kaohsiung. Yeah.
yes.
Because
Ivan, do you think?
I just off work a day 1 week.
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
Wow, that's tough. 6 days a week. I work 6 days.
yeah, 6 day. Yeah,
Oh, tough, tough, tough. What do you, yeah, okay, 6 days. Yeah, I work 6 days a week. Yeah, I work
I
six
work
days
6 days
a
a
week.
per work.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, that's tough. Yeah, that's okay. But just one last question. Do you think young people, do you feel younger generation uh Qingmingjie, is it, do you feel younger generation are more flexible with tomb sweeping day? You know, are younger people feel that tomb sweeping day doesn't have to
Uh,
be on that day, but more flexible, so maybe done earlier or later?
oh yes. I understand. Yes,
Hmm.
of course. Yeah.
Yeah, I think maybe older generation are more traditional. I think.
Yeah.
I think
They think they have to doing this thing and just the day.
just that day. Oof. And everybody's there. Oh, terrible. Oh, I mean, it'd be too crowded, too crowded. Yes, I think that's very difficult. Too crowded, yeah, crowded, yes, anyway, too crowded. Yeah, I think it's too many people. Yeah, too crowded. Maybe a bit. It doesn't matter. I'm not going to go into stubborn than that. But anyway, that's fine. Right. Okay. I just want to briefly just let you know, Ivan. Is it first time to presentations? I think it might be. Just give you an idea, Ivan, what we do with some of these business applications, presentations, meetings, and telephoning, meetings and presentations. They're like sub-courses, and we're on number 10 today. And then we have two more, number 11, a review, and then number 12, we're going to have a look at Steve Jobs, have a look at his, but we'll keep it simple and easy, I hope. I think it's, so Ivan, I think what we're looking at here are ways to manage a presentation, Q&A. Have you done many presentations before? Have you had to do, do you sometimes have to do a presentation at work?
No, no.
Or seldom? I seldom have to make presentations. Yes. Have you done, can you remember the last time you did one, Ivan? Can you remember? Can you?
Maybe when I was a student, maybe 10 years ago.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. How did you feel about the Q&A, question and answer? Did you feel a bit nervous about, oh gosh, questions? Did you get any, can you remember if you got any questions?
No, I forgot.
Yes,
It's too
that's
long.
fine. Too long ago, that's fine. That's okay. Okay, Ivan, I'll tell you what, let's, I thought maybe interesting is this one. Just looked it up actually before. I'm wondering if we have a look at, this is just some ways to answer. Well, I'll tell you what, let's just have a quick look at let's look at the video first. And then there's some dialogue practice to look at some ways to answer. We have here, if I just find it one more time, here is an example of the presenter, and then he's receiving a question. So you've got to listen, understand. How would you understand? What ways to understand? To understand a question, we sometimes repeat what they ask, yeah? Just to be sure, we call it paraphrase. Okay, paraphrase the question. Just double check that.
Paraphrase.
We sort of summarize the question. So we try to make sure we understand, and then we try to go into ways to answer it. Right, okay, let's have a listen to the first video. There's a couple of videos that are quite interesting to watch, Ivan, but then we'll have a look at a dialogue and some practice. Here we go.
Questions are in fact the most important part of a presentation in a business context or in a public context that you present. Because questions mean that you've engaged your audience and you want to know more. And yet, most presenters fear questions. And the fear and the anxiety is, what if I'm asked a question I cannot answer? So let me talk a little bit about how you prepare for questions. If you're doing a presentation and you know that there is a particular question, there is an elephant in the room, there is a 200-pound gorilla that needs to be addressed, I recommend you start your presentation by addressing that question. You frame it up. And I would say something to my audience like, many of you are probably thinking that. So for instance, if you need to give a presentation and there's recently been a whole series of layoffs and you're talking about career development, a lot of people are going to have in the back of their mind, well, is this just another way of saying some more people are going to be laid off? So you need to start your presentation. So saying, well, isn't it exciting? We're going to be talking about career development of XYZ company. You need to say, well, we want to talk about career development. I understand that many of you are anxious because some of your colleagues have been let go. But I want to assure you that this presentation is not about that. This presentation is about those of you with the company, how we can take you to the next level. And so you address the question right up front. That way, you don't have to spend the rest of the presentation anxious and fearful about what that question would be. We call this putting the fish on the table. This is the thing that is going to be addressed at some point. And your audience will thank you for that authenticity. Now, if there isn't an elephant in the room or a 200-pound gorilla, then you need to anticipate what might be the questions that your presentation raises. And in fact, you can invite questions by saying, well, some of you might have some questions about, and then that prompts the question time. Nothing worse than a facilitator saying, any questions? And then there's a deathly silence. So then you might say, well, some of you might be having questions about that. Then what happens if you get asked a question that you will don't know the answer? Well, then there's an opportunity opportunity, you thank the questioner and you say, you know what? That is a great question. Really didn't anticipate that question, and so that demonstrates you've really thought about the material. You know, what I would like to ask you is, would you allow me some time to reflect on that so I can come back to you with a really good answer? I'm going to talk to you offline about that. Connect with me afterwards, make sure I've got your email and phone so I can get back to you. And that will disarm that questioner who may have an agenda behind that question. So remember, when you get a question, always thank the questioner, and if necessary, repeat the question so that the rest of the audience can hear it. And that, of course, gives you that extra 2 seconds to process. Never make the questioner wrong. Sometimes questioners don't even phrase it as a question, they phrase it as a statement. I often hear, Mr. Andrew, don't you agree that? And I absolutely don't agree with that. So I have to say, thank you for the question. And that's a very interesting perspective. And what I want to emphasize is slide 27, where I covered my ideas and concepts on this. And then you just end up restating your point. Of course, that makes you a wonderful politician, but a great presenter.
Great. Okay. A little bit confusing, maybe, Ivan, with the elephant in the room. Have you heard that before? I'm just wondering. There's an elephant in the room. Has that confused you? Okay, Ivan, that's just a phrase. If there's something that's in the room that everyone's thinking about, but it needs to be cleared. So maybe something in the background, so everyone's thinking about, that needs to be cleared up. Okay then, some interesting ways. I think that that point there he mentioned here is, you know, that was a great question. I really didn't anticipate that question. Anticipate, Ivan, are you familiar with that word? Oh, Ivan, hello? Have I lost you? I'll just put this into our translation. Anticipate. I did not anticipate. I'll just put this in here. I really didn't anticipate that question. Right, Ivan, that's a great question. I really didn't anticipate that question. Okay, Ivan, I just want to see, are we connected? Right, okay. I was hoping to go through this part with you. Right, okay, let's move to handling questions. Okay, Ivan, I'm just going to have to just stop here for a moment. Okay, Ivan. Are we okay? We're connected?
Yes.
Okay, right.
Yeah, I can hear you.
Great, Ivan, I can, yeah, that's fantastic. Okay, that's fantastic. Yeah, well, let's continue, and let's see how we do. Yes, I was just going through that, just the phrase he used here. So I just wondered if anticipate, are you familiar?
Anticipate.
Anticipate?
Anticipate.
Anticipate, yes. And I did not expect, I was not, anticipate that question. Anticipate means foresee. I did not expect, yes, expect.
Expect.
Yeah, I did not expect that question. Whoa, that was good question. Surprise. That's surprise. Yes. Are you
Press.
always a bit worried? Yeah, are you worried about having a surprise question? Yeah, it's one of the worries, isn't it? When it comes to a presentation, the sudden surprise. Whoa. Yeah. Have you ever been in the audience in a presentation and somebody asks a question? You know, you're watching that person ask a question to the presenter. The presenter did not know how to answer. Have you
No,
seen?
maybe teacher interest.
Maybe so. Maybe he's well done.
Yeah.
Prepared well. I guess again that this is where having ways to think the answer, but ways which to give yourself time. So what he's saying here is, I really didn't anticipate that question. Why he says, why do you think he says that? It's really to give him time, Ivan, okay? He says it to give him time to think. Ooh, that's a very good question. So I can't answer right now. I need a few seconds to think. You know, that's a really good question. I haven't anticipated that. Yeah, it's your very good point of view. These are ways to give yourself time to think of the answer. So why was that question asked? Okay, I have to think. Why? What was in my presentation? What could answer that question? And sometimes you can't. You know what? I would like to ask. What I would like to ask is, would you allow me some time to reflect on that so I can get back to you with a really good answer? In other words, you know, that's a very good question. I'd like to get back to you on that one, that question. I think I need a bit of time to review that question, and if I could talk to you after the presentation, then that would really help. I will be able to answer you after the presentation. Some people may do that if it really is difficult for them to answer, or they'll say, you know, that's a very good question. I can answer part of it, but I think I'd have to talk to you after the presentation to give you a complete answer to this. But usually it's a very good question. So, okay then, Ivan, let's have a read through this dialogue. This is about handling questions, to welcome questions, to clarify a question, to confirm that the asker of the question is satisfied. Does that answer your question? Okay. Or are you asking? Okay. And then you said, meaning to reconfirm the question. Okay, to be sure.
Okay.
Yeah, just trying to understand, the listening and understanding. Right, okay then. So let's see now. Yes, okay then. So Gina is the presenter. Rolendro is the question. Okay, so let's see now. Okay, are you okay to try to be? I'll tell you what, we'll do this. I'll start off with Gina, and then you'll be Ronaldro, and then we'll try to turn it round. Let's just do a practice here. Okay, I'll be Gina to start with. So
Okay.
that brings me to the end of my presentation. In summary, the move will cause some disruption, but I think everyone will like the new location. Are there any questions?
Yes, I have a question. You said there will be more space available at the new location. Does that mean each of us will have more room for our desk?
Well done. Yes, well done. Well done. location, different location. Great. Avail. We'll come on to the words afterwards, see if there's any words. Are you asking if every worker will have more individual space in the new location?
Yes, that's correct. I'm wondering how the extra space is going to be
Utilized.
utilized.
Oh, yes,
Utilized. Okay.
used. Hmm.
Do we have a plan for it?
Good. Like the way, Ivan, you asked the question. Do you have a plan for it? Well done.
Yes.
That's good. We intend to create more meeting spaces. People are complaining that it's difficult to book meeting rooms now. By adding more rooms, we're hoping to solve the issue. Does that answer your question?
Yes, thank you. That's clear.
Well done, Ivan. Well, that's great. And questions on words utilized, is that okay? You could say used, or how to utilize something. Is the office being utilized well, correctly? Is the office being used,
Yes.
well, or
You-
underutilized? Sometimes underutilized. Is there something in your office
Yes.
that is underutilized? I wonder, meaning it's not used well enough, or underutilized means it's underused.
Underused.
Underused, or utilized is used. Utilized. How well is it used? Is your office utilized well? So is your office well utilized, or
You-
used well? Or well, or
Oh,
utilized efficiently? Do you know that word? Efficiently?
history.
Efficiently, that's efficiently means the working environment is very functional.
Very functional.
It works good. For example, is your company website, is it utilized well? Means, is it easy to use? It's very effective, it's very helpful. But is your office space, is your company office space, is it well organized, well utilized? How is your office space, Ivan? Where do you work? Are you working? Is it like production line? Is it? Are you working on call?
Yes, I'm working on code for repair machine.
Ah, right. Is it on? Yeah, on call. Is it customer support? Customer service, or is it maybe on call production line
Yes,
service
production line.
support? How
Yes.
would you say? Yeah. So you're on call, and if something goes wrong, so production line stops.
Yeah.
It's an emergency, right? Emergency, urgent. Yeah. Is it high pressure, Ivan? Is it? Is it? Oh, production line, panic! Got to get it done.
Yeah. Kind of.
Yes. Are you on site? On site. Do you have to be on call on site at the company? On site is
Always there.
in the company. Is this on-site means, is it like your on-site,
Oh,
on-call, on-site production means that do you have to go to the company? Is that, do you have to work, do you have to be stationed, you have to be inside the company and then on call
yes,
or
I
can
have
you
to
stay
go company.
in the company? Okay. So you can't stay home, get the call and then drive to the office, take too long. So
Yeah.
on-call support, yeah. Yeah. Are you based, do you know, can I ask you which company or do you have to do many companies?
No, just for a company, TSMC.
TSMC, right, okay. Yeah, I used to work there actually, TSMC. Are you based in Fab, I wonder if it's Fab 15? I'm not sure, Ivan, which, do you know which Fab you're at?
Fab?
Is it Fab or TSMC Fab or Fab? Is it Fab 15 or Fab 5?
I
Fab 3?
we don't know, but
No,
they called APO3.
AP.
O3.
Oh, okay, go. O3, APO3. Okay.
Yeah.
Must be. Okay, all right. I used to be in Fab 12, Fab 5, Fab 3. Yeah, I used to work all those 3 fabs. Many shuttle buses back and forth. Yeah. Okay. And are you at work right now, Ivan?
No,
Is it your off? Okay. All right. So you're home there. So I was right. Okay. Any other words here, there, Ivan? Is there some? Are you okay so far? Would you just like to have a look? Disruption. Disruption. Yeah, like production line. If your production line is disrupted, like if there's a disruption, like disruption on the production line means that maybe the disruption stops the production disruption. Yeah, you I guess you have to deal with disruptions. I'm just going to see disruption. Disturbance or problem which interrupts the, yeah, like a production. So it's something that's stopping the production line. So it's impeding or something holding up. I think disruption, holding up, Ivan, something that's, there's a hold up on the production line. Does the production line stop sometimes or never? Does it keep flowing? The production line sometimes, I guess the production line is always running, isn't it, at TSMC?
Yes, always running.
Always running.
Yeah.
And wonder what sort of disruption happens. I wonder what, is it like there's a backup and you have a backup system? Oh, is it very complicated? Is it a very complicated task? I guess it must be, is that the production line, yes, anyway, I was going to ask you what type of problems, but no, we can't do that. Right. Okay, got that, Ivan. Well done. Any words you think? Okay, how about this then, Ivan? Let's reverse this around, and if you could be the presenter, Gina, okay, and I'll be Ronaldo. Okay, let's try this out. Okay.
So this brings me to the end of my
Presentation.
presentation. In summary, the move will cause some description.
Disruption. Disrupt.
Disruption.
Let me show you that.
But I think everyone will like the new location. Disruption.
Yes.
Are there any questions?
Well done. Yes. Just before we continue there, because this is kind of like a discussion as well, Ivan. This is a vowel. You notice how we break up an English word. Okay. So vowels, as you know, A, E, I, O, U. So vowels. Could you just say this word vowels, Ivan?
Wow. Okay.
Okay, vowels. Okay, the V and the V and the W. Sometimes difficult, but yours seem okay. Good. And notice the disruption. So three tones. Yeah, that's it. Disruption.
Disruption.
Good. That's great, Ivan. And notice the vowel here, the vowel here, and the two vowels here.
Right.
We chop it, all English words, we just chop them up around the vowel, and those are the sounds that we make. So like presentation, presentation, presentation. So the E, pres, the vowel, present or present, let's do that, present, play with it, presentation. Actually, that's like an ABC. It's affected by that, so it becomes an A. So it's yeah, presentation. All around, like music, like playing the music or the drum beat, boom, 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 boom. It's presentation, and all around the vowels, and that's how you do it. That's
okay.
Yeah, it's great. Well done. No, I just come with practice. That's all. Right, great. Yes, I have a question. You said there will be more space available at the new location. Does that mean each of us will have more room at our desks?
Are you asking if every worker will have more
Okay, I'm going to try to help you here.
Okay.
Individual. Okay, here we go. Individual.
Individual.
Yeah, individual. I'll tell you what, if you like, dual. Individual. Sometimes we can say it like that. I think al. So like individual. But this is
individual. Individual.
Yeah. Interesting. That would be one sound. So there's 4 sounds to this. Individual. But well done. Yeah, Ivan, try again one more time.
Okay. If every worker will have more individual space in the new location.
Well done. Yes, that's correct. I'm wondering how the extra space is going to be utilized or used. Do you have a plan for it?
We intend to create more meeting space. People are complaining that it's difficult to book meeting room now. By adding more rooms, we are hoping to uh, resolve this issue. Does that answer your question?
Yes, thank you. That's clear. Resolve. Resolve. Yeah, to solve. Resolve. Yeah, that's you. It's like your job, isn't it? You resolve
Oh yeah, that's
to
my job.
fix things. Yeah, to fix urgent production line. It's a tough job you've got. Complaining, complaining. People are complaining. Can I ask you, do you get a lot of complaints in your job? Can I ask you that, Ivan? Complaining. Does your job involve a lot of complaints?
Yeah, I think everyone.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
not easy. Oh, it's not easy. No. Oh, yeah, I can see. I mean, I guess one mistake. Oh, it's a big, high pressure job. It's you know, your responsibility. Yeah. What I was going to show you here. 1 second. Did I have that? Apologies. Was this the question? Yes, that's right. Okay, let's just try this out. Here's a little kind of an idea of Q&A. Just maybe what we can do to finish today. So let's have a look at this. So are you okay to try to be the speaker, Ivan? You feel okay to try? To see how, if you read this and I'll be this. Okay, here we go.
Okay, now if there are any questions, I would be pleased to answer them.
Well done. Yes, pleased. I'm not sure he's pleased, but anyway, okay, he has to say that. So now, if there's any question, I'll be pleased to answer them. Right. You said that staff need more attention. How can we do that? Okay, now the speaker,
That's a great question.
because you're giving yourself time.
Teams need to be there in person more, not just communication by email or by the phone. How you disk in the middle of your staff and try to work there as much as possible. Does that answer your question?
Okay, so move your desk. I think there was I think there's a mistake here. Apologies. Have your desk. Yeah, that's a mistake here. Have your desk. I think it said have your desk or move your desk to the middle of your staff and try to work there as much as possible so you can be closer to everybody. I think it's a management layout of the office, so that the manager can be right in the middle and more accessible to everybody, I think is the thing he's trying to say. Attendance? Yes, yes. Okay.
The woman in the second row.
Right, so what's happening here? Ivan is pointing, the woman in the second row, okay, just the woman in the second row, and he's trying to keep looking at looking at the woman in the second row or third row, the back, front, second one from the back, second row from the back, or second row from the front. If it's just a few rows, you can second row, you're going from here to there. Yeah, good. But we don't. We don't office. So what can we do?
I did not Quite
Quite.
quite catch that. Would you mind repeat re,
Repeating.
repeat repeating it?
Well done, Ivan. Catch. Catch. You might be wondering, what's that mean? It's a question that's coming at you and you're going to catch it. Do you play baseball? You know, Ivan, there's a ball comes,
Okay.
you try to catch it, you know, that ball is the question. I didn't quite catch that. Oh, the
Okay.
ball went over you and you can't catch it. Oh, it's too difficult. We often say that. I did not quite catch that. I'm sorry, I didn't quite catch that.
Okay.
Would you mind repeating it?
Again.
Try that again. Yeah, I didn't quite catch that. Would you mind repeating it?
It.
I did not quite catch
Did
that.
not quite. I did not quite catch that. Would you mind repeating it?
Great. Yes. It's a common thing we say, Ivan. It's a common phrase we often use. You'll hear it often if it's in a presentation. I didn't quite catch that. I'm sorry, I didn't quite catch that. I'll add some phrases into the material afterwards. Yes. We don't have the time for office. So what can we do?
I'm really sorry. I must be going
Deaf?
deaf. Deaf. Deaf.
Deaf. Are you familiar with that word? Deaf is your.
Deaf.
Deaf.
Do you have a grandfather? I wonder, because some people go deaf when they get old. You know? So I must be going deaf. I can't hear that. That's an option to say that, but
I can hear that.
deaf, I can't hear that. I must be going deaf. Sometimes, usually we'll say, I'm really sorry. I didn't catch that again. Maybe it's this. Yeah, maybe it's just a bit maybe it's a bit hard to hear in this hall, but or I must be going deaf. Could you say that again, please? It's a polite, we say just to be polite, you know. Okay.
Would you mind repeat it again?
Yeah, so we're trying to be polite. We're trying to be kind, polite. A polite expression, Ivan.
Nice.
Would you mind repeating that again? So, no problem. For many of us, because she's raised her voice, we don't have time to be in the office a lot. So what can we do?
No, I heard you. Okay.
Yes.
That's an interesting point, and one that we faced at our company. The short answer, I'm afraid, if that you have to make time, try
Organizing?
organizing.
Yeah, try reorganizing your
Try
schedule.
reorganizing your schedule. It means more work for you, but you will see the reward. Any more question? Yes, the man in the front now, front row.
Yes, well done. The man in the front row. Yes, the man in the front row. Okay, the man in the front row. He's got his hand up. Man in the front row. You mentioned that your company wrote a management procedure document. Do you happen to have a copy of it?
I'm afraid that I don't have it to hand. But if you give me your email address, I will be pleased to forward it to you. Is that okay? The woman in the
Fifth row.
fifth fifth row.
Fifth row.
Fifth.
Fifth.
Fifth, yes, tricky one, fifth, the fifth row, so number 5, row 5. Okay, last question, okay, that's okay, then we'll finish as well, Ivan. Okay, can you explain the full procedure at your company? Can you explain the full procedure at your company?
I'm
Okay.
afraid that would take a long time to explain. But if you give me your email address, I would be pleased to forward you a copy.
3 o'clock.
Well, thank you. Oh, thank you over again for attending the presentation, and I hope you have a safe
Journey,
journey.
Journey.
safe
Journey.
trip, yeah, journey is like means that safe journey back. I mean, I think I would probably say thank you for attending. I think it's optional to say that. Well, thank you. Well, thank you often. Thank you. Well, thank you often again for attending the presentation. I think I'll change that. I'm going to add this into the material, but I'm going to take this material off and put it and readjust it. So thank you all again for attending. So I'll say all the presentation, and I hope you have a safe journey back, or safe, or have a. I hope you have. Yeah, I hope you. Yeah, I hope yes. Yeah, I think it's a thank you all for attending this presentation today, and I hope I've answered all your questions. I hope that you've hope that this has been informative for you. I hope that this has been helpful to you, and have a nice have a safe journey back to office, or have a. It depends where it is, but I would probably say if it's in the office, have a nice day. Something like that. So yeah, thank you for attending my presentation today. I hope that it's been informative. I hope it's been informative. I'll put this into the material, Ivan. I hope this has been informative. I hope this has been information helpful. Information, it's like informative. I hope this has been informative for you, and have a nice day, and thanks again for and I hope this has been informative to you, and thanks again for your attendance. So it's this is usually I'll be saying, well, that concludes my presentation. So that concludes my presentation. I hope this has been informative. I hope this has been informative for you. And thanks again for your attendance. And thanks again for coming. Well, thanks again for attending, and thanks again for your attendance. It's a formal way of saying thank you. So this concludes. Okay, this concludes my presentation. I hope this has been informative for you, and thanks again for your attendance. So it's a kind of way to wrap everything up. And thanks again, Ivan, for attending today as well.
Thank you.
I hope it's helpful. There's some more material. I will add that material into here. So you're more than welcome to come back to this. I will be adding that material we've just done here, but I'll change it a little bit. It gives you an idea about, that's a very interesting point. I didn't quite catch that. Well, that's a good question. We always say that. Or you will paraphrase, say it again, so you know what they said, gives you time.
Yes.
Next time you go to a presentation, Ivan, you'll see that. You'll see, I know what you're doing now. You know, you're taking your time. You don't have the answer, right? Okay. So, fantastic, Ivan. Okay, well, again, I'm going to put this material on in here, and also I'm going to share this on the WhatsApp afterwards with the phrases, the words that we've been going through today. So in the next 5 minutes, I'll put that link up onto the WhatsApp group.
Okay.
You're welcome to take a look and the words we've gone through. And Ivan, have a look at those words if you like.
Yes.
And I know you don't do presentations, but it maybe you never know, Ivan. This is, you know, you never know where your job is leading towards. But one day you may need to know these things. But at the
Yes.
moment, let's enjoy it. Okay, have a look as for your reference. Have a wonderful evening, Ivan. Thanks, and again, thanks for attending. I
Thank
hope
you,
it's been
teacher.
informative. Thanks very much, Ivan. Have a nice evening. Bye-bye.
Thank you.